friends.
Get it, Andrew.
Hi, friends.
That's a good one.
I had to go. Sorry, I
That's
had to go
pretty
a little
good.
bit higher. Sorry,
Oh.
it wasn't intentional.
Don't try to high talk
Oh,
now.
That's out of Indiana, ain't him?
Hi, friend.
Well, we're here on Double Take the podcast again. Why do I always kick it off? Why can't you kick it off? Hi, friends. We're here.
That's why.
We're here with Andrew Goldman of Peach Goldman, and a lot of people remember him. He's been in gospel music for a long time, and we're going to get into all that. But
Danny for the and Danny is also here, but he didn't want a mic, so but he's going to continue to interrupt.
if we could please silence all mobile devices.
All devices, please.
Silenced.
All right, good. We're going to carry on now. After that, what were you at in your introduction?
Well, I was just saying, Andrew, he's a known personality in gospel music. It's been around a while, but a lot of people may not know, how he got his start or
That's right.
where he came from. And so we're just going to kind of get into all that today. And
It's another deep dive on
a deep
Double
dive.
Take.
That's right. So you're from Indiana.
Yes, born and raised.
Born and
Evansville,
raised.
Indiana.
You're a Hoosier.
Hoosier.
What is a Hoosier?
No idea.
Nobody there knows. I've asked
Nobody
that.
knows.
It's
No.
really.
We
no-
we really don't.
was there a hosiery up there? And there was.
I really have no idea.
I don't know
just-
either. I mean, Fort Payne, Alabama, with all those. Would a Hoosier have anything to do with hosiery? That just makes sense. Like
I don't know.
hosiery.
There's been. I've heard so many
You're
different
asking me a
things,
sports
but-
question.
It's not a sports question.
Well, I mean, it's a sports team.
It's a mascot for a university.
Yeah, but I don't know what a Hoosier is.
You don't know what a
Bottom
sports
line.
team is either.
No.
Listen,
So-
I love to watch the Orioles play the 49ers. It's one of the greatest
That's one of
games
your
I've
favorite
ever
Super
seen.
Bowl matchups ever.
Yes.
So, what town?
I live in Evans. Well, actually, I live in Newburgh, Indiana, but
That's
right next
close
to
to you.
Evansville.
Is
yeah.
it?
Yeah, I was born in a little town called Stewartsville, Indiana, and we didn't even have a stop sign. A little bitty place.
Nice.
So it's 45 minutes to the closest Walmart out in the country. So
Wow.
that's where I grew up, and I've lived in Newburgh about 15 years now. So
Okay.
absolutely.
So did you grow up loving God? I know your dad sang gospel music.
Yes.
Was he singing gospel music when you were small?
So my dad helped start a group called the Conquerors Quartet
Yeah.
from Evansville, Indiana. I was 6 months old when they started in 1990, and he was with them 2 different times, but all through my childhood. And so got on the bus with them when I was a kid, and it just it stuck.
It does.
It stuck.
It does.
And
it really does.
And
It's
they're,
still
are they
big-
still going?
they
still
are.
singing?
I actually sing with them some now too. After I came off the road with the Perrys, they do 2 or 3 month.
Mhm.
2 or 3 concerts a month, and I kind of just stepped back on their bus and said, "Here, I'm here." So,
I got to know Joyce
Yeah.
and David, your dad, when I was with the Kingsmen. We worked that area a lot.
Yeah.
And I think Joyce had known Ray Dean for a long time. And so we
Absolutely.
just got to be acquainted with them, and they're just sweet people.
fun fact: Joyce Meyer is the lady who actually introduced "Oh What a Savior" to Ernie Haas.
I had heard that.
Yeah, yeah.
She told me that.
So she played piano for a group that Ernie was in back in the '80s called the Noblemen,
right.
and her husband said, "If you learn this song and do it well, I think this will do you pretty good." And it's paid off, I think.
I
so.
think so.
She needs
yeah.
to give you a song.
Right, I've been waiting my whole life. I started.
you gotta do?
Right, yeah. I started with them when I was 16, a little punk kid, and been with them. Their family. So
So other than the Conquerors, who were some of your favorite artists growing up?
goodness, obviously the Cathedrals,
Yeah.
and Gold City. I know we're sitting on the Gold City bus, but Gold City was the "Preparing the Way" album was probably one of my favorite albums growing up.
Yeah.
That was one of the things that I learned harmony on. With
How
that
old are
was,
you?
I'm 35.
So that would have been
Yeah,
That was kind of your pillars of faith.
Absolutely,
Like it was for
yeah.
us.
So it was that album, and then the Greater Vision 20 Inspirational Favorites.
Oh,
That
Oh,
That
that
album.
was good.
Oh, my goodness.
I forget about that.
my dad, when I was a kid, I was probably 6 or 7. We'd be running down the interstate. We'd be listening to those 2 albums. He'd stop. Where's the tenor singer? Where's the baritone singer? Used to make me so mad, but so thankful for it.
That was the
Yeah.
original guys with Chris and Gerald and Mark.
Yeah.
That's such a great group.
That was a great lineup.
Absolutely.
Had It's Just Like Heaven on there.
Yeah.
And they did a lot of cathedral
They
covers
did.
on there, like Have You Visited Heaven Lately?
Absolutely.
And Land of Living and stuff. That
One
was
of my-
that was a great
One
project.
of my favorites was the While Endless Ages Roll was the opening song with the
Yeah.
days are filled with care. Oh, just incredible. Leaning on the arms of Jesus. I wish they'd still do it. I've asked him multiple times to bring it
Yeah.
back, but
Your dad was smart and quizzing you on all those parts because you can sing all those parts.
yes,
I mean,
yeah.
you got the range. To
He
sing
didn't
all
do the
those
bass
parts.
part though. He did, so maybe he should have. I don't
Probably
know.
thought you were a little too smart. For
Probably.
that.
Yeah. Well, I still get ma'am on the phone sometimes when I
Yeah.
answer. So. But no, my dad's my hero, and just I love it. Love it. He's one incredible singer, and if I could be half the singer he is, I'll be all right. So he taught me
think
everything I
you're
know.
probably You're probably half.
I don't know. You ought to hear my dad. He's the man.
Andrew
He's a
is a
man.
great singer, and
Thank
no joke,
you.
can do all the parts.
Oh, yeah.
all the upper parts.
He can. He's filled in for Gold City before.
Yeah,
I did.
he
Before
filled
you
in right
came.
before I came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Came in
The
kind of
week before you came, I think.
set
Yeah.
that bar kind of high. I was
No.
like, well, dang, just keep Andrew.
Yeah.
You know.
Ran
I've
right
sung-
into the
I've
bars.
sung
What I
with him
did.
with the Kingsmen. He's filled in with the Kingsmen before, and
Yeah.
so we've got.
I
to
can't
sing
keep a
together
job.
several times.
That's what.
Yeah.
No,
that's
it just
funny.
means that you're the go-to guy to if anybody needs a
I'm a fan.
good singer.
Well, then you're available now.
I'm
Yeah.
available.
Too,
Yes.
so that's
yeah.
a major-
So it's
major
been a
thing.
big.
So what year did you start singing with those same guys, or how did you get started in gospel music as far as actually going on stage and singing?
So, my dad was with the Conquerors for 11 years, and then kind of came off the road, started preaching, and so the group continued, and I kind of not necessarily fell away from gospel music, but it wasn't my love at the time. I was in high school, listening to contemporary music, and which
Yeah.
I still love, but
Yeah.
they were going through some transition, and Dad was helping out, filling in. So we went back, and it was a New Year's Eve, 2006, and their lead singer was leaving, and Joyce was like, what are we going to do? So, well, let me try. I'll just go in and fill in, and fell in love with it. So I was there with them up until I joined the Perrys, actually.
What year did you join?
2014 is when I was started with the
Okay.
Perrys.
Yeah.
So
So they gave you great experience.
absolutely, and very, very thankful for that.
Was that did she sing or did she just play?
She played the piano, yeah.
And was it male singers?
Yeah, all four male singers,
Okay.
yeah. And she still does it. Still does
Wow.
it today. So I won't tell her age, but she's
That's
been
awesome.
doing it a long time.
Yeah, I've never got to meet her. That would be neat. too.
She's
she's
really
quite a
good.
character.
Yes, she is.
So what was the end with the Perrys? Had y'all performed with them some? Did they know you, or what? Did you just find out?
No, so 2014, I was actually from the Conquerors. I started a group with my friend Ryan Seaton,
Yeah.
who used to be with Ernie Haas at Central
Yeah, I
Sound.
know
So
Ryan.
he and I lived just down the road from each
Ryan's
other.
a great
He's a
voice.
great singer.
Good, that voice.
So
is-
he and I and Aaron McCune, who's a former Gold City
Uh-huh.
member,
Mhm.
and then a guy named Toby Hitchcock, who sang with a group called Austin's Bridge.
yeah.
We all live within 35 minutes of each other, and so we just kind of one day we're like, "Hey, what do you do it?" And let's sing. So we had that group for 4 years.
What was it called?
Union Street.
Yeah.
Had
Yeah, I
a
remember
great
that.
Great time.
Well,
Those
goodness
guys,
gracious at the talent.
They
I mean,
were-
Come on, man.
incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible guys. Still buddies of mine, and so that was kind of in the transition. I was in college singing with the Conquerors up until 2013, and then with Ryan and singing at at the school. And I graduated and things kind of slowed down, and I always wanted to do full time, but I was actually working at the university that I went to school at,
Where was that?
Oakland City University.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's where Ernie and
Yeah, Ernie
and
Scott
Fowler.
Scott
Yeah,
Fowler went there. And a lot of Southern gospel people through the Hoppers have all gone there.
Did
And
not know that.
yeah, so I had kind of befriended Ernie and Wayne Hahn during that time, and I was sitting at the house one day and got a random text that, "Hey, this is Libby with the Perrys. Would you be interested in auditioning for us?" And I was like, "How did she even know?" She said, "I got your number from Wayne, and I'd love to hear you sing." She had seen videos of me with Union Street, but she didn't like. This is funny. She wouldn't mind me telling this. She didn't like the fact that I had white glasses on. She thought I looked silly, so she didn't even want to call me at first. And so I always give her a hard time about
Wow.
that. But no, she texted me, and they were actually in Bedford, Indiana, the next weekend, which
Yeah.
is not too far from home. So I went up and sang with them, and she hired me the next month, and I was there almost 7 years.
Was that when Joseph had left?
Joseph had left, and a gentleman by the name of David Reagan was there for six
Oh,
months.
yeah,
Yeah,
another
he used to
good
be with the
singer.
Inspirations. Yeah,
another good singer.
yeah. So I was
Yeah.
there.
Who was singing baritones at that time?
Brian Walker.
Brian was,
yeah,
okay.
Brian and I
Saw
were there
Brian
together.
last week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So good
love
to see
him. Great singer.
Incredible singer, yeah.
So he and I were there about 7 months together,
Okay.
and Tracy had just come back on the road from his stroke.
So that was, so you went with them after the stroke. You did
Yes.
I got you.
Matter of fact, my first weekend was his second weekend back on the road.
So that brought just a ton of challenges as far as logistic challenges and things.
Logistics, yeah, for sure. It was an honor to be able to help, share
I'm
that
sure.
time with him and help him kind of fulfill that dream that he had.
Yeah.
And he just poured into all of us guys, and
Right.
very thankful for that time, for sure.
How long were you there?
It's almost 7 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Y'all had some big hits during that time.
We had some great songs.
I got a hold of God this morning.
Yep,
Went
yeah.
number one
Mhm.
for you guys.
Absolutely.
And what was some other big songs during that time?
Let's see. My first single that was When He Comes Walking on the Water.
Yeah.
That was from
Remember that.
my first album there. We had some good ones. Keep On was a huge one for us. That was right there towards the last part of when Troy and I were there.
So Troy came on.
Troy came on the end of 2020.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry, 2014. Sorry. He was with the Bowling Family.
Yeah.
And then when Brian Walker left.
Brian left.
Troy
That's
came.
when Troy came in.
Mhm.
And
Troy
then
came.
that lineup stayed. For
Yeah,
a while.
so we were together 6 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Troy's my big brother.
Yeah.
I always joke, I really did grow up listening to Troy. I went and pre-ordered the Perry's album, what was the orange one? Almost Morning, the Almost
Yeah.
Morning album when he was
It's one
on
of my
that.
favorites.
I
So he
love
was there
that.
at two different times.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
That's right.
So
I forgot about that.
I pre-ordered that when I was in college, and I've always loved his stage presence, his blend, and he's a great guy.
I remember Troy with the Steels.
Yeah.
Too.
Well,
He
see-
was with the Steels for about for a little while
Yeah.
there in the late '90s, I guess, and the Wilburns.
He started with the Wilburns, and I was in third grade when he started with the Wilburns. So
Are you being serious?
Serious, yeah, 1998, yeah. So I was in third grade. I was 8 years old, and so when he got on the bus, I was like kind of enamored. Like, this is Troy Peach, and I was
Yeah.
like, I was trying to be nice. Man, I grew up listening to you, and he's like, shut up, and
Yeah.
I didn't mean it.
I got that from some of that from this co-host over here. It was like, what are you trying to do?
Well,
I
I
thought
grew
he
up
was
listening to you
joking.
too, Josh.
Yeah.
It was
Well, yeah, I'm so much older than you guys.
But I was a senior in high school when I used to come listen to Mercy's Mark.
Yeah.
oh
That's a
my
little bit
gosh, I
different.
loved Mercy's Mark.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That was a good group.
We were talking about it yesterday. I think tearing down.
It
the
makes you
sound
feel
system.
weird though when you get on the bus and it's like, because I don't feel any older than y'all.
Right.
So
Right.
it's like,
Yeah.
but it's kind of weird and it's kind of neat.
Absolutely.
It's kind of a neat thing. That people were actually
Absolutely.
listening, and so I'm sure Troy is bothered a little, but
Oh,
then
sure.
he's honored too.
Yeah.
With that.
Yeah.
So now, so when you left the Perrys, or since you've left the Perrys, now you and Troy have started your own ministry together.
Yes. So
But
2020.
you bounced. Okay, so that was 2020.
Yes. Yes.
So Peach Goldman has just started in the past couple of years.
24. Yeah.
Yeah, so you had some time there. Was it just
So
downtime doing?
that was right in the middle of COVID.
Yeah, good
you know.
time to take off.
Right. So, and honestly, my dad got really sick, not COVID related, and my little girl was born in 2020. So I was able to I was home more.
Yeah.
And I realized the importance of that, and
Yes.
so that's when I came off the road. And about 7 months into it, Ernie Haas called me and said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I said, "I'm not doing anything really. I'm just enjoying being home." And he said, "I need a sound guy for a weekend. Would you come and help me out?" And I'm like, "Wow, I know enough to be dangerous. I can push faders."
Yeah.
And he said, "I just need you to push faders on Oh What a Savior." So I'm like, okay.
That's all he cared.
So I'll just we were in Texas with Lefevre's and one of the NQC event kind of things down there. And that was just a one-off. We went back home, and he was like, "Man, we really enjoyed you being there." And I was there almost 5 years, so ran sound, did all the production management and tour management
Which
for
is
Ernie.
a lot.
It was a lot. It was a
There
lot.
was a lot. Blake Bennett was doing that, and they
Blake-
had that thing mapped out, and
Yeah.
and I guess a lot of that was already in place, so you didn't have to necessarily build
Well, it was different. We started working on a lot of like secular venues with the
Yeah.
theme shows that Ernie was
Right.
doing. So we were working in a lot of newer areas.
So you had to learn fast.
Yeah, and Devin actually did a lot of the tour managing before when I first
Okay.
joined. Before he left, and then Ernie said, hey, can you start fronting dates? Well, then it kind of turned into, I started taking care of the bus, and
Right.
which I'm a bus junkie, so I love buses, and so then all the production, we started doing lighting, and when we traveled all over the world, went to Europe, did a whole live album in
Wow.
Europe, and then we started recording the last few albums that we did were live albums, so I had a hand in that and doing all the production for that. So I learned so much. Very thankful for that. I went to school for business and management, so I was able to really kind of put that in that degree to use.
Awesome.
With dealing with people and that kind of thing. So very thankful for that time.
Did all of that technology-based stuff that you're doing, Ableton, all the different things that you're having to do within that, did that come kind of easy? Did it feel natural, or was that just it's like if I had to do that, what little bit of sound I've ever done, that would just be lost.
Yes and no. So it was kind of like, what am I doing? And Troy's always my go-to. Troy's a genius when it comes to audio. Brandon Phillips, he's been here with Gold City, so I leaned on them a lot. But then I just had to jump into it, both feet. I'm here. I got to learn it. So.
There's nothing like hands-on.
Many hours, YouTube, many hours, phone calls, and
were those theme shows? Were you building lighting and all that? Was
yes, yeah. So they had done the Broadway theme show, which was great.
Ernie's always been absolutely incredible at coming up with a theme.
Brilliant.
I've never seen anybody like
outside
it.
the box.
Oh yeah.
That gets out of the Southern Gospel box.
Yeah.
That will put them into other areas where they can still share the gospel.
Absolutely.
But it allows them to sing to a different crowd. I've always respected him so much.
It's wonderful, and the fact that he can share his vision with Wayne, and Wayne puts it into fruition. It's amazing. So they've done the Broadway show.
Mm-hmm.
When I came, they started working on the Decades of Love show, which was incredible. 100 years of music. Songs that everybody recognized. So that really was the catalyst of kind of what they're doing now in the future. They did the Christmas show. That was a kind of a theme, a jazzy little Christmas. They had just finished that. And
but that allowed them to get into that theater world.
Yes, they get the theater world, and
which
then
is a totally different animal.
It is.
Different
It
thing
is.
Than what we
people
do.
love them, So they worked a lot of
absolutely.
those like area concert series. So that every night there would be a brand new crowd. Their Southern Gospel people would still come see them,
yeah.
but they were building fans every night,
Right.
and it was brilliant. But got to see a lot of different things. We took that Jazzy Christmas show. We did a live recording at Birdland Jazz Club, the oldest jazz club in New York City.
Amazing.
Anybody you could think of played there. Charlie Parker, he started it. They called him, the Bird.
The Bird.
And and I actually was able to record that album for them. It comes out November 7th. So
Wow.
just those kind of things. So thankful. If 10 years ago, if you had said, "Hey, you're recording an album for Ernie Austin, your sound." For one, at Birdland Jazz Club, I'd have said, "Yeah, you're crazy." So,
Doesn't make
and we
sense.
did the live in Memphis,
Amsterdam. Y'all went to
Amsterdam, yeah, and then they're doing this Americana thing, and then they've also got live in Miami that's coming out. So it's wonderful. It was wonderful. So thankful for that time. So
That's incredible, man. So then we get up to the so tell us about the family life, the home life.
I
You touched on that. We're hanging in
yes.
2020 that time. So so the baby comes.
yeah. So my wife and I, we've been married 11 years now. We've
good
been
job.
together. Yeah, it took me a
Good job.
second to.
Yeah.
We've been together for 15.
Last night or in previous episode, Danny had to actually look on his calendar to check when his anniversary was.
He's watching his videos, but
So
no,
you
I'm
didn't have to do
very,
that.
I'm very.
What's her name?
Her name's Rebecca.
Okay.
Yeah, very, very blessed. We met in college. She came to one of my concerts, and she's a saint. God knew what I needed when He sent her my way. She's given me two beautiful babies. Evelyn, she's 5, and just started kindergarten, and she'll be running for president soon. She rules the roost, man. And then Noah, he's 3, and he's her head of security. So I'm very blessed. God's been very, very good to us, and we've got a beautiful family. But yeah, so Evelyn was born right in the middle of COVID, 2020, and
Jack was the same way.
yeah.
Our little boy.
Yeah. So
Well, he was born he was born 2/10/20, so he was February, and COVID.
Yeah.
Everything started in March.
Ava was March.
So it was
yeah.
really neat
Yeah.
because. So had they the COVID protocols and everything? Did family actually get to come
We
see?
did. It was the next week they shut everything down.
Yeah, well then that was because
Yeah.
after that it was chaos. I
Yeah.
couldn't imagine because my nephew went through some of that afterwards.
Yeah.
When they family couldn't even go see
Oh.
the baby or anything. That was
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah,
We didn't have to do that. It was really nice because everything shut down. We didn't have anything to do. Just
Same.
relax and
Absolutely. I got
stay
to spend-
home, and it was neat.
My wife was on maternity leave, so all of us were there together,
Yeah.
and it was just wonderful.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. So, absolutely.
So then we rolling up to Peach Goldman.
Peach
Yes,
Goldman.
Peach Goldman.
Now, that's an original name.
It is very. It's funny we get every night. It's like, is this a law firm? Is this are you going to do our taxes?
Nah.
Or
It does sound
or
like a firm
what
name.
girl
yeah.
is Peach Goldman? They think it's a female singer. Peach Goldman.
Oh,
and,
that would be a
Oh,
great
and
artist name. Yeah.
So we have to explain it every night. But once we say it, they're that makes sense.
So
But,
it's you and Troy Peach
Yeah,
and,
and his
Troy's
wife Katie.
Katie.
Mhm, absolutely.
Who's
Which
an
you know,
incredible singer.
when we
Oh,
went
yeah.
to, she is incredible. During the time when Troy and I were with the Perrys together, with Tracy being sick, Libby had had 2 heart attacks while I was there as well.
Golly, there was
So a lot of times Katie would go and fill in for Libby. So
Yeah.
we had sang as that group
Mm-hmm.
multiple times, and we knew it worked. So while I was doing the production with Ernie, and Troy had taken his worship director's church position at his church, and so it was kind of like, if we ever do this again, what do you think? And then it kind of it started. Well, let's do it, So we approached Stowtown, said we want to do this. We think it'll work, and we'd love for Stowtown to be a part of it. And they were gung ho from the beginning. So that was We started 2023, started talking and serious about it, and 2024 is when we hit the ground running. So
And y'all have already had some great success with your your first radio single.
yeah,
Shot up the charts, and I guess how many singles are you in?
3. Yeah. They've all been top 5.
And they've all
Wow.
Yeah, and then Storms I Never See was the second one. It was actually number 2 for 2 months in a row. So we're very, very blessed. God's given us some good songs and great writers. And
Now that song.
that was a Legacy 5
That's
song.
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Tony Jarman sang
He
the
did.
hair off that song.
He did.
Good
So that
grief.
was on the London
The
album.
London
with
album, yeah.
but it was the only song that wasn't recorded with the orchestra. It was recorded after the fact.
Yeah.
So they never went to radio. But what an incredible
Oh, my
song!
goodness, what
So
an incredible song.
we started
See,
listening.
I wasn't familiar with that.
Yeah.
And when I went to Legacy 5, I was listening to some of the stuff, and I heard that, and it was just like,
Great song.
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that was
Wayne
the
had
song.
wanted someone to redo it.
Yeah.
And had pitched it to the Perrys when Troy and I were there many times, and it just didn't always fit. So when we started putting this album together, Wayne was like, "You guys have got to do this song," and I fell in love with it.
Yeah,
Fell in love with
it's
it.
incredible.
Incredible song.
And you sang it.
I did sing it.
Oh, yeah.
I did sing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the difference now? Now that you've been on the group owner side
Mhm.
of ministry versus just singing with what have you learned by managing your own group versus just singing with the Conquerors or the Perrys?
It's a totally different world. I mean, taking little bits of every place I've been, from the Conquerors all the way through college, through the Perrys, building relationships. You use the word networking, but building relationships in this industry is such a huge thing. Then on with with Ernie Haas Signature Sound, learning production and management and dealing with people. Every bit of that has been a catalyst to where we're at now with Peach Goldman, and I'm very, very thankful for that. I'm able to use the relationships that I've built with over the years to, and it's a big family.
How do you guys handle your responsibilities? Like, delegating who does what with that group?
We never really delegate.
Yeah.
It's just we just kind of do,
Yeah.
So, Troy and I both handle the booking and the management side. If it's a date that I've kind of put together or whatever, I handle most of it. If he
Yeah.
does,
Ah, I
so
gotcha.
like I said, he's really Troy and I've always just been work well together. So
Katie's there to keep you in line.
Katie
Works
is.
out
She
really
is.
well.
She holds her own.
You have a woman in the
we
group.
pick
you
on
got
her, but
to-
yeah,
that's going to be your boss.
she
right there.
Oh, of course.
she is. She
Yeah,
is.
of course.
But they're both a joy to travel with. And then their son Shelton plays bass every now and then when he's
That's
home
great,
from school. And
He's a great bass player. You know
he's a
what?
Great bass player.
Fun fact. I'm not trying to get off
No.
subject, but Shelton is the one. He introduced me to a song. We were over at their house one night, Troy and Katie, and Shelton said, "Let me play you this song I'm learning for praise team or something like that." It was It was around Christmas time, and he played "How Many Kings."
Oh, wow.
That was
yeah.
the first time I heard that song, and I fell in love with that song.
Great song.
And for the last 3 years, I kept saying, if we ever do something Christmas related, I would really like to push for that song to be done. And we just recorded it on our brand new Christmas
Absolutely.
record, and
Turned out great.
but I told him the other day, last time I saw him, I said, "You're the reason
That's
that
awesome.
we cut that song," because I said you introduced me to it. I'd never heard it before.
Great song.
And when he started playing it, I was like, just the lyric alone, I just fell in love with it. But
Yep.
anyway, yeah, Shelton's a great bass
Who
player.
originally recorded that?
There's a CCM band called Down Here,
Yeah,
and that was
I had
basically
never
their
heard it.
only. They were kind of a one-hit
It's one-hit wonder,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
and that was it. Yeah, but I love the lyric. It's just a great song.
Great
So he's
song.
playing bass some. Do any of you guys play?
Troy will do
piano?
some keyboard every now
Okay,
and then.
that's what I
know,
thought.
But I don't play
Yeah.
anything. I play drums.
Yeah.
So you can't really
It
just have
doesn't
drums.
qualify.
by-
Me
yeah.
too. It doesn't qualify for anything.
Right. It's just it's hard to have a vocal group with the drummer.
We're
you
just
know?
really good at staying in time.
Yes,
in the
that's-
pocket.
Well,
And when
some-
others don't, we get really bothered by it.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes it's easier than others. But
Troy plays piano too. Do y'all ever do any just piano?
That's what he just said.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Are you here for this conversation?
I
What?
said keyboard. I didn't say piano. so,
Keyboard. That's
yeah.
the same thing, isn't it? Am I
Sorry.
wrong?
I don't know.
Okay.
But
Bless you.
He can take that out.
we
can edit
do
that
do
out.
some things with just piano. So it's great.
Sorry, I was thinking about the next question I was
Yeah.
going to ask.
You were bouncing ahead, and you probably got your Thanksgiving thankful questions you want to get in.
Well, that's what I was just.
I
Thank
know.
you, Josh.
Yeah,
You're-
listen,
you
I,
read
I
my
can
mind.
segue, buddy, with the best of them.
So because we are coming up on Thanksgiving.
Yes.
I do want to get your insight, and I want you to think back. If you could write anybody in your life a thank you note for something they've done to impact your life, one person, who would you write that note to?
Goodness.
Mm.
Probably be my grandmother. So, looking back, my family wasn't always in church. So I grew up. My grandma took me to church every Sunday, and would be where I'm at. I wouldn't be the man I am today had it not been for her to come get me every Sunday and take me to church. And she was she's a saint. So the fact she passed away 2 years ago, and I almost get teared up just thinking about her. The legacy she left, not only to me but to my family, and she got to hold both my kiddos before she
That's
passed
awesome.
away.
Wow.
But she made sure that I was in church, and had it not been for her, my family wouldn't have made their way back to church.
Wow.
And so if I could sit down and write her a letter, I would do that. And I told her thank you so many times, but I would love to just do it again, and just say thank you. You're the reason why my family's where they are today.
That's amazing.
So
That's a
awesome.
good question.
that's a
Well,
great
thank you,
question.
Josh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ease off of you now. With all your questions. Chris is the organized one. I'd just come out and we'd sit down and talk. you know.
Yeah.
Well, he's got, and that's why he don't listen sometimes, like he did a second ago.
It's
He
all right.
just he won't listen. He'll be thinking of his next question, and I listen, Andrew. I heard everything you said right there,
appreciate
and I
that.
saw the tear in your eye,
You
and
did.
heard it in your voice, and it meant something to me. Were you thinking about the next question again during that,
No,
or
I was
did you
listening
listen?
I was listening to you. I was.
To me, he was talking.
Oh boy.
No, I mean I was listening to him.
Okay.
But just now I was listening to you.
Okay.
Explain why you was listening to him.
Well, I was. I was
Yeah.
explaining why you didn't for the people.
I know.
Now for our commercial break.
Merry Christmas, everyone. This is Jeff Chapman of Gold City, inviting you this holiday season to our presentation of a Gold City Christmas 2025 tour. Come join us for a wonderful evening of Christ-centered songs of the season, featuring the Band of Gold live and our special guests, Jim and Melissa Brady.
How I'm longing to ski through the snow.
And the Irwins.
Goodwill, may your dreams take flight.
We will be visiting 12 cities on our 2025 Christmas tour and performing songs off of our brand new Christmas album, Hope in a Manger. Go to goldcityministries.com for all the details, and we'll see you this Christmas season.
So what's next on the horizon for Peach Goldman? Y'all got a new project coming up?
Yes. Well, we last year we did a new Christmas song called For Christmas. Great little song. We loved it. And we just finished our first 2 singles for the next record. We've got them tracked. We're going in the next couple of weeks to do vocals, and hopefully those will be out next year. So things are going great, man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And where can they find y'all if they want to buy your CD, or y'all have a website?
Yes. So it's www.peachgoldman.com. You can stream us on all the music platforms, all social media at Peach Goldman. You can find us all over the place. So and honestly, I do know people that could do your taxes too if you need. So.
And if you need a lawyer.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's go back to Preparing the Way.
Yeah.
Was that kind of the one that got you hooked on Gold City?
Yes.
That was the most.
Yeah.
So
that and What a Great Lifestyle.
Yeah.
Wow,
What a Great Lifestyle was right after that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What were some of the songs that hit you off of that? Either one of those albums.
Oh, You're at the Well.
Yeah.
Golly, what a song. And the time I did came and sing for you guys, that was the first song we came out with.
Yeah.
And it was so surreal for me. It was just kind of like.
It's crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah, man, it's funny, Danny had called me that week and said, hey, could you come help us out? And he said, I need somebody who could do the whole weekend. I said, I can't do the whole weekend, but please don't find anybody for Thursday. Just let me come down to
Jackson.
Jackson. I just want to do it. Let me do it one night. He said, okay, all right. So I was like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah.
This thing I dreamed. So Preparing the Way was what, 1997? 96. Okay, so I was 6. So it's something everybody dream. You dream about as a 6 or 7 year old, and there I was singing some of those songs.
Yeah.
And
it is crazy because it was the same thing for me because I had no intention of doing this.
Sure.
I mean, there was none.
Yeah.
There wasn't even there's always that thought of, because that's what I wanted to do when I was young.
Yeah.
I wanted to sing lead for Gold City.
Right.
That's all I cared about.
Absolutely.
Honestly, that's all I cared about.
Yeah.
It kind of went away the older I got. But having Chris and Jeff, that was very reminiscent of that sound, and then they obviously were staging those songs because everybody knew them.
Absolutely.
So it wasn't like we could. So
Danny was singing here too.
I know, but Danny's been here for all the time, and I knew.
Hey,
I didn't want to leave him out.
I'm not going to say this just because he's sitting in this room
Yeah,
with
you are.
us. No, honestly, Danny is an incredible singer. One of
Yeah,
my
he
favorite
is.
singers.
Not just a good baritone singer. He's
a singer.
absolutely incredible
Absolutely.
voice.
Yep.
And he'll pay you well for
Right.
singing.
No, and honestly, I would say that behind his back too.
Well, it was what I'm saying is Danny was that whole time, but the group had a different sound through a lot of that.
Yeah.
It wasn't the classic sound. So with Chris and Jeff, it felt like when we would sing those songs,
Yeah.
it felt like I was singing with the album
Yeah.
to an extent.
Absolutely.
It was crazy. It's
Yep.
his original tracks and all that. So
Mhm. I felt that same that night.
it's it's just it was
You're at the well. It was just like,
just bam.
boom. I was
It's like,
back
here
in
I am
that
riding
car.
in the car. Yeah, riding around the car
And
singing.
my dad
again.
stopped the track.
Yeah.
and
Which part's that, boy?
Yeah. I was like, "What are you doing? Let me listen to the song." But no, it was a blast. I was so thankful just for that night.
That album was originally recorded with David Hill.
Oh yeah.
I did not know
didn't know
that.
that.
I just let Josh hear that. We have found some of the original
Rough mixes.
rough, like raw audio from
wow.
when David's lead vocal was on there.
Yeah.
And then after he left, Jonathan came in and David's still on a lot of the.
They were on a time
stacks and
crunch.
stuff
They
like
had
that.
to just get Jonathan
Did
in.
not
really
know
good.
that.
But Jonathan
Yeah.
redid a lot of the solo stuff.
I
And
did not know that. That's cool.
then Danny ended up on It's Still the Cross.
Yeah.
Because his
So-
daddy didn't like the song. That's what I'm gonna say from now on. Because Tim told us
Tim
I didn't
really
like
didn't
it.
like
I
the
didn't like
song
it.
all that
I didn't
much.
like the
Really?
song. It's what he said on the podcast. You need to listen to that podcast
Oh, I
with
did,
Tim.
yeah.
Because he says I didn't. It's too contemporary for me. So he put Danny on it. But they ran out of time, and it was probably just because Tim didn't want to
All right.
fool with it too much. And said, "You do it, boy. You do it, Danny." And Danny, did he ever do it?
Oh,
Good
did he?
grief.
He did.
Yeah.
He
So-
sang it last night.
Oh,
or
yeah.
yesterday when we were
Yeah,
singing.
we
Just
still stage
incredible.
it, and we have an incredible new version coming out
Real, that's awesome.
that Gary did. Yeah,
I can't wait to hear that.
Yeah, we did a lot of stuff, but that'll be sometime in the next year when some of that'll start to come out. But-
That era, Jonathan J and Mark and
Yeah.
and Tim, when I was a kid, that's what I wanted it to be. And it's funny, my last singing at Sea cruise that we did when I was with the Perrys, they did a Gold City reunion, and Jonathan J and Mark were there, and I sat on the floor in the little theater in the back of the boat. I sat on the floor in front of the stage and just
watch.
felt like I was 6 again, man. It was incredible. And one of the first songs I sang when I was a kid was "I'm Going Over."
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry about me.
Yeah.
And so I said, could you, just for me, I don't care if anybody's in the room, would you just sing it? And they did.
They
man.
did it?
They did. I sat
my
there and cried
goodness,
like a
wow.
little baby, man. It was
That's
incredible,
cool, man.
It was incredible.
That's very cool. So if you go into the cathedral catalog, what
Yeah.
were some of those songs?
Camp Meeting Live, that album.
with Ernie, because
Yeah.
you were there for that group. See,
Yes.
I was both you guys were there for more of that era. I was
Mhm.
there I was a little kid, and my mom had went on I had an uncle that lived in California.
Mm-hmm.
I was in first grade, and I'd never been away from my mom. Her and my grandmother went to see and they were gone for like a week.
Oh, wow.
And I was just, I was sick. You
Yeah.
know, it was like, where's my mom type
Yeah.
thing. And when she came back, she had my Uncle Dara had given her the Cathedral's version of Live in Atlanta.
Oh, wow.
And it was actually the one that had Moving Up to Glory Land
Right.
on it. But that was, so I wore that. I had my little Fisher Price.
Yeah.
That I had right beside my drum kit. I sat and played as a 5-6-year-old kid.
Wow.
But that was the formidable things for me with those Kirk years.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know why, but I didn't have another album until Land of the Living when Gerald
Mm-hmm.
was there. And that, The Longer I Serve Him,
Absolutely.
Had Visited Heaven Lately, all that
Mhm.
stuff. Some Glorious Day, that was just an incredible album.
Yep.
That was the way it was for me. But for you, Camp Meeting Live.
Camp Meeting Live.
And
it's-
it's not What's Over the Door.
Oh, yeah.
they
And I
did
love
What
the-
a Meeting in the Air.
What a Meeting in
Read
the
the
Air.
back of the book.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And as a kid, I loved the album cover in the back because, short story, the Conquerors, the first bus I ever rode on, they purchased their second bus was the Green Eagle
Wow.
from the Cathedrals. Well,
Okay.
that bus was on the back of that album
Yeah.
cover. So, and I was like, oh, that's super cool.
It is
You know,
cool.
so, and of course, they made the little bus bank with that. I've got
Yeah.
a couple of those.
Do you have 'em,
I
really?
do, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I found one not recently that was unopened. So,
Man.
I love it. I love it. But that was the first bus I ever rode on. That was the Conqueror's bus. So that album was special to me.
Well, and two, being from Ernie's area.
Absolutely, yeah.
I grew up in Evansville, so
Mhm.
that was right there.
I still live right down the road from Ernie's parents.
Yeah,
So,
wow.
Yeah,
So
they're
if he-
precious
if
people.
he needs you to check on them, you run over there and check on
Oh
them.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. No, they are precious
convenient.
folks.
Yeah.
Precious folks.
That's very cool, man. Well, we just like to get into some of that
Oh yeah.
influences growing up. Any secular?
I'm a jazz fan. I
Really?
love jazz. Tony Bennett.
Oh man,
Tony Bennett and
is that not one of the most iconic voices? But the fact that he did it till he was 90.
oh yeah.
And the
I
thing
hope
ab-
I can feed myself at 90. You know what I mean? Like, and he was still on stage just killing it.
And what was
every
crazy when
night.
his mind, had dementia and all that, but
Mhm.
when he walked on stage, kind of like the Glenn Campbell effect, he walked on stage and it took over.
Absolutely.
He was literally singing the same notes.
Yes. Same
Yep.
keys.
I mean, he would pop a high C. It's like,
Yep.
what?
Yep.
It shows that we can, if we take care of our voice and do things the right
Absolutely.
way, that we can keep singing.
Yep.
Um,
And so that and 90s country, You know,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was my era too.
was the
My
best
grandma
era.
took me over. You know, we had to see Brooks and Dunn and Reba. And
Surely some Diamond Rio.
Diamond Rio. Oh my gosh,
Shenandoah.
Diamond Rio is my favorite country.
Oh yeah,
band
those
of all
those
time.
high harmonies, man.
Yeah. And so also I do a little bit of bus driving on the side, and I did a Reba tour a couple years ago,
wow.
and it was just surreal. You know, I'm like, I grew up listening to Reba,
Yeah.
my grandma, and now here I am driving
Driving
her
around
band.
Reba
You know,
and her
so
band and stuff.
it was
yeah.
a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
That's amazing, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We're an eclectic. You know, we have a plethora of
Yeah.
genres that we're.
Well, he'll throw out some words too. Just say, but I had to he had to think about it. He was.
I know what you meant, though. I mean,
Yeah, we're just a potpourri of.
Let's go with hodgepodge. Let it go.
Of genres, but I think that builds a well-rounded singer.
absolutely. You know,
Um,
I studied opera in college.
Yeah,
You know, so classical and just I love it all.
just different
There's-
influences,
there's
and
a
you can
place for
learn
it all.
from different.
So much you can learn as a
Different
singer from
things.
all the different
Yeah.
genres.
Absolutely.
They're all the different genres are taking on other different parts of the voice.
Yeah.
And the more that you have knowledge of how they were doing it, the better singer you become.
Absolutely.
It's pretty incredible, man. Thanks for joining us. Thanks
Man,
for
it's been an honor.
Hey, thanks for coming and hanging out.
Absolutely.
And,
I know you're probably not wanting to
dude,
shake my hand,
I'm
but I'm going
going
to shake
to,
your hand
though, man.
anyway. It's been a blast.
This has been so much fun, just
Yeah.
getting to know you and hang out, and you've done an incredible job with the sound and
Oh, thank you.
and helping us with the Christmas tour.
Oh man, I'm excited for you
Got
guys.
the full production with the lighting.
it's
We're
gonna be
excited
great.
about doing. I'm not excited at all about loading it in and setting it up every day, but I hear
Well.
Danny's going to actually help us with some of that too. So.
Yeah.
You might.
Okay, maybe he's not. Anyway, but thanks for all that you're doing to help us out.
I'm
And
honored.
we're looking forward to working with Peach Goldman in the future.
Yes,
On
absolutely.
some things we're talking about doing now, and it's just hopefully everything's going to work out.
Gonna be excited.
Get to do more. Thanks for joining us, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you all.
Bye, friends.
This podcast was brought to you by the Cop Gum.